Northwest Profiles, presented by CarStar. Cars are more than just metal. They're our friend, and our best friend's best friend. When something happens to them, you can depend on CarStar for collision, glass, and auto care. CarStar, where accidents unhappen.
Chris Russell is invading our world with his creepy creations. Not that that's a bad thing.
I'm a special effects artist. I design props, I build costumes, I do makeup, I build sets, I build attractions. I bring imaginary things to the real world. I build illusions for magicians, and I'm currently working on an illusion that's never been done before. A stage illusion that even the magicians will wonder, how did they do that right in front of me? My dad was a magician, and he built props and illusions for magicians and haunted attractions. So when I was about 12, he took me to my first haunted house that he had worked on, and I bugged him until he took me, and I made it through it. I don't think he actually believed I was going to make it all the way through, and when we did, he asked me, "You want to go in the back and see how everything's done?" So we did, and I got to go in the back of a haunted house that was going live in the middle of their show and meet the actors and the people that were doing the makeup and see how things worked.
Chris was hooked on his dad's magical world, and he decided to follow suit. He developed his own magic act, becoming the Amazing Christopher.
As a teenager, I performed magic shows at the state fair and for events, birthday parties, all kind of things. And one of my first jobs ever was working at the magic shop as a kid, that 12-year-old kid, you know. I did magic tricks all day. I showed magicians the effect that they were looking to purchase, and then once they saw a 12-year-old kid do it, it was like, oh, that's got to be easy. So I sold a lot of magic.
Chris is still involved in magic, but mostly he creates masks, body parts, and costumes, and markets them to a growing list of clients.
I deal with everybody from collectors to people producing film that want an effect for a film or a mask, or I work with everybody from, you know, rock stars needing masks and costumes or makeup work to, you know, Halloween products. Most of my customers will be in the U.S., but I do have worked on some international projects.
Chris also works full-time at North Idaho's Silverwood Theme Park, keeping signs and artwork fresh-looking. He also uses his ghoulish talents to help produce the annual event Scarywood.
This is what I love to do the most, you know, is turn people into things and do makeup and build sets and create other lands, places for people to visit in their imagination and believe they're really immersed in something real. I feel like I have two duties in life, and that's to be a daddy for my daughter and entertain people and to create things.
For all his success, Chris is mostly self-taught.
I would watch the movies, and there would be the features after the movie, how the film was made, and that part was always the most interesting to me, whether it was most interesting, whether it was the makeup they were showing how to do, or whether it was the stunt guys, you know, flipping a car 6 times, you know, to try to get just that right shot. Those parts of it are really the most interesting, the art that's behind the magic.
Most of it is experience. It's all experience, and the only training necessarily, what I would call training, would be other artists that were further along in their artistic career than me, taking me along with them and saying, hey, this is what I kind of learned, or these are the things that made this easier for me, or this is how you do this. I teach a class where I supply everything that they need to come to the class for 3 days, and it's a hands-on workshop where everybody starts with a block of clay, and at the end of 3 days, they have created their own sculpture. We have fun, we're in a learning environment, hands-on, we're all getting dirty and getting messy and making monsters for 3 days. It really is hard to say what my favorite part is. I mean, I love the sculpture. I love to sit down with a block of clay and watching it come over the process of so many hours, watching a block of clay come to life before you know it, you've put 20 hours in it and it looks like it could speak to you.
Chris's work has appeared in a couple of small movies and in commercials, but he has big dreams for the future.
I want to make a few films, There are some projects that I want to do. There's quite a few monster suits that I'd like to make and environments that I'd like to build. Sometimes my imagination reaches so far that it also reaches for a very large budget too to do some of these things. But they're all things that I do look forward to doing in my artistic career. To me, there's something real about putting your hands in the clay and making something. We can all get on the computer and do the same sculpture in the clay with the programs and the tools that we have now, but there's still just something that's real magic about having something tangible in person that you can touch. I'm usually putting in a full day at the studio at Silverwood, and then I come right home to my personal studio and do the same thing for a few hours into the night every night, work on something. This is what I would be doing. People say that's great that that's your job and your life. Well, even if it wasn't, if I did something else, I would still come home and do this.
If you have an idea for Northwest Profiles, send it to KSPS TV, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington 99223. Northwest Profiles is a presentation of KSPS Public Television.